Okay. I wrote this one March of 2023, and I don't know what was going on in my life then, but it hits right now. It's called Take Care. How to describe the inexplicable desire to take care of someone. You want to hold them, cradle them, give, give, give. Where does this ache draw its strength from? Do I love them, or do I in some way hate my existence? Can I give you enough to make me feel like enough? Can I love you enough to love who I am to you? Can I get past who I am to me to love us both in a way we deserve? Can I get past who I am to me to love us both in a way we deserve? Hi. My name's Abbott, and this is my podcast, Philosophical Laugh Lines. Okay, so, life has been moving so fast lately. I feel like I have an idea for a poem. Or no, not a poem, an episode. And it's very present in my life right now. I am seeing this girl, and it's like it's been like I've not had, like, I've had lovers in the past, and that's maybe what we're at right now. Well, no, past that, because I also moved in. U-Haul, anyways. It's felt like the most, like, real opportunity for a long-term connection that I have had. One, because this is the longest I've been in one country and know that I want to come back to this same country, to this same area where she lives. I really like it. And it just feels like like if it was like a new, like a large plot of land with like an empty foundation ready from like to like build a house on is how this feels in a sense. And since I've not had something like this before, it's been interesting to, like, I've never had a romantic connection last longer than 2 months, and that was spaced out over, or maybe like 3 months. And that was like spaced out over 2 years. Has there been something longer? No, that was about the same. But yeah, this is very outside of my wheelhouse. And so it's been bringing up a lot of learning opportunities for me, understanding myself on new levels, and also seeing ways that I know I want to grow. Like, it's like everything feels so good here, and not just in a way that like I'm a traveler passing through, but like the other time this felt similar was when I was in Tasmania and staying with my friend Casey. That felt similar with like how many people were in one place that I really liked and would like want to, like, and I liked their life. Usually when I stay somewhere for a little while, it still doesn't mean like I would want the life that I would live there for long term. Like the only time that I really like, or no, there were 2 times, but when it was associated with a lover, when the times that I've wanted to want a different life were when I was in, like, I'd just graduated from uni and going to and I'd always felt this in a sense, right after, or like the last year or so of uni, or like a lot of like teenage and early 20s, is like wanting to want what it seems like would be like the quote unquote like best path, best life. And I really wanted to be able to follow the like traditional path and like be fulfilled by like the life that it seems like society wants you to live. When I was just graduating from uni and my sister was getting her master's from the same school, and so that was one time when I wanted it. And then when I was in Italy and I had a lover there, and he was so sweet. And we were probably in the same place, like probably about like 2 weeks. And I so like such a part of me wanted to just like be his little wife and learn Italian and take care of his daughter. I'm sitting on the porch at home at my lover's house. And there's a lot of birds. The birds come around. Australia has a lot of crazy birds. Like, it's very bird central here. The birders heaven. But this time, I think why this connection feels different is because it doesn't feel like I like want this life. It feels like there's a life waiting to be had for me here. Some of the ways it's taught me, or this connection has shown me some of the things that I want to grow and maybe get better at, grow through and get better at, is when growing up, like, I felt like I had to be the kind of like emotional manager for my family. And so then it's hard for me to like have my own emotions. And then also, like, I've felt through a lot of my life that I have worried through a lot of my life that I'm too much. And so then, like, I have really big feelings. Obviously, I have a fucking podcast where I just talk about my feelings. And that has often felt like it was too much for a lot of people. And also the fact that there wasn't really time or space for my feelings growing up in my family, because there were all of these other feelings going on, all of this conflict happening. So growing up, there wasn't a lot of space for me to have my feelings. And so then I learned how to deal with everybody else's feelings, but not how to feel my own. And then having big feelings, like not being safe to feel them when I was younger, and then having really big feelings has made me had a fear of being too much. And so whenever I have big feelings and like need to express them, I really disconnect is a way of saying it. Like, I don't make eye contact, and like I am probably really monotone, kind of like right now, as I'm talking about those big feelings for all the world to hear. And that obviously makes it hard to have a conversation about big feelings when somebody actually really wants to engage. And also I've had a history of people pleasing, so that makes it like you don't even know how you feel in another way, because you've been like, I feel like the crux of people pleasing is like that you're surrendering your reality to whoever you're trying to please in that moment. And so like you really don't know your reality when you're people pleasing a lot, because I mean, unless you're like very aware, but like after a while you just start ignoring it and you stop checking in, because it's like, oh, that's not the important reality. That's not what this is about. That's not who I need to be in touch with. It's like someone asks you, what do you want? And you're like, no one's ever asked me before. What do you like? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Who else is supposed to know? Somebody's got to do it. Yeah. Somebody's got to do it. I also feel like maybe now this will just be like a discussion of the ways I feel like I've changed. Because all relationships really do is just show you new pieces of yourself, new options of existence. Anything in life, it's all information. And I said this in my All About Love episode. Was that last year? That feels like so long ago. That poem was about another girl. Oh God, what can I say? I am a romantic. I'm a poet. You should have known that. You should have known it. I'm a poet. You should have known it. Oh girl. Anyways, I've noticed a stronger inclination or stronger knowing of the ways in which like I want to give. Like I feel like before I was just figuring out how I could like exist, how I could be okay existing in my body, in this self. And that makes sense, I feel like, for your early 20s. But now it feels like after that, and then the getting comfortable existing in myself and not feeling like I have to apologize for it, and like allowing myself to feel validity in my purpose, in my sense of self, in my life. Just allowing myself to exist literally in all the ways. Now it's like I know how I can give from that place. Now it's like I know what it is that I have to give. So I've been into gift giving more. Like when I was working out in the Aboriginal community in Western Australia, which is what I was doing for the first 3 months of 2026. I left at the end of April. And when I was leaving there, things had gotten semi-tense with my boss right in the last few weeks, last week or so, last 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a few. And then we did manage to talk about it and get on good terms. And I was really happy that happened, because then I had all this extra chocolate, and I was already traveling with so much food. Oh my gosh. I'm still doing that. That's been a thing this year. I've been like, I mean, I guess it makes sense when you're like going from place to place, but it's also like, I don't know, it's really, my, my, this has happened a few times. Like when I went back to my mom's place after, multiple times after traveling, and she's like, you can do the shop this week, like you can go to the grocery store and just like get everything you've been missing. And then she comes back and she's like, oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, did you get like lettuce? Did you get vegetables? Did you get like anything to actually make a meal? And I was like, oh, I don't have those. So I don't really like, because then you have to cook it, and then you have to, if you like, it's really hard to just cook for one person, and so then you don't have all these, you have all these leftovers, and then when you don't have a fridge, like what do you do with those? So it's really like I buy the simplest ingredients and then just kind of like eat them as a snack. Like anything with hummus. Love hummus. And yeah, it's funny. But yeah, so I had all these ingredients, and so then I made my boss and this family in town that had two adorable babies. They were, the husband was a ranger, so he worked with the Aboriginal people who knew how to take care of the land because it was a desert. And so, and like they've been there, you know, for like centuries, so they know how to take care of it. They know how to keep the ecosystem thriving. And so I made them all a cake. I made both of them cake. I made 2 cakes. And that was a way, this is another thing that I've noticed, or like that I've been able to grow in my life, a way in which I've already grown, is like being able to identify and like feel when like spirit is close. And like my relationship with my intuition is really good now. And I can like feel when something is meant for me or good for me. Why was I talking about that? Oh, and it's like I can see the little like winks from spirit a lot more. Like I can feel when it's just like, because I feel like when you're like really in flow is when you can have humor with it, and when you're out of flow is when it's like everything feels devastating. Which obviously makes sense. But it's like what's it called? Like making the cakes, I realized after I'd started making them, after we'd already closed the shop up for the evening, that I didn't have any oil, any vegetable oil to put in the cakes, and nor did we have any like butter or like just any fats in the house, and because we were also about to leave, so it's like we were just, you know, running out of everything. And this woman, a friend we'd made, who was running the art center, had, when she had left, given me this yogurt that she hadn't finished, and that was a substitute, like a Greek yogurt, so it was like high in whatever it needed to be. High in. Right now I am I'm laying on the porch in the afternoon sun, making jewelry for my roommate slash lover, girlmate is the name we've decided on. That's something else that like feels like a wink, is when I just like so enjoy the narrative of what I'm doing, like making cakes for my boss and this sweet little family with the 2 adorable babies before I leave. Or like I mailed a collection of a book of a collection of real life lesbian sex stories to my Norwegian lover last year when I had like barely any money. But I always find a way for love. That wasn't love. We didn't know each other well enough. And I really enjoy lying here in the afternoon sun, making jewelry for my girlmate. Life is crazy right now, but it's also really good overall. 10 out of 10. No notes. Cargon, no note. Roll with. Time is moving so fast. So fast. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for me here as well. And like I've also always really felt drawn to Australia. And the first person I ever dated was a girl from Australia. Haven't seen her. Would be interesting too. I just want to know what it would feel like in my body to like be in the same space as her again. I don't even need to have a coffee or something, just to like see each other walking down the street or something. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I've always felt drawn to Australia. And like I remember being really young and like watching videos on YouTube of like extinct animals that used to live here, and just being like, wow. And then I always made friends with Aussies at camp. The counselors, they were always my favorite. And then the first girl I dated was an Aussie at camp. And then when I was traveling, I always made good friends with them as well. I feel like Americans and Aussies are boisterous in a similar way. We are 2 of the louder countries, and Italians. And I love Italians. Anyways. And so none of this feels surprising, really, in a sense. I mean, it does, absolutely. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? How did I get this lucky? But it also feels like it makes sense. Like, it kind of reminds me of... when I got my spiritual assessment at spirit school. And she said, like, you're a born medium. Like, you were meant to do this. Like... you're supposed to be here. It was like, holy fucking shit. But also like, yes. Like, wow. How? Wow, how? And also, thank God. And finally, Yeah, finally. Feels like coming home. And that is how Australia has felt most of the time. But I'm also a really lucky girl. I'm a lucky girl, as they say, as I say, every time I'm hitchhiking. I hitchhiked twice in Tassie. Once from this small town on the east coast down to Hobart, and then out of Hobart to Launceston. So, like, not a big place. It was only like, it wasn't even 2 hours either of the times. But when I did it the first time from the small town on the east coast to Hobart, I didn't start until like 10:30, maybe 11. And I was walking because it was a like 9-hour walk or something, like if I was going to try it. And I had already booked somewhere to stay that night because I thought I had a ride to Hobart. And then also my phone was going to die and I didn't have any backups. I usually travel with 2 backups, but I'd been camping for a while, so I didn't have any backups. And so I was like, all right, I'm getting there. Like, I have to. I am in a situation where I have to. Like, there's no doubt about it. I am. It's happening. But I was still worried. And so then I'm walking and it's like midday and I've got a ways to go. And hitchhiking, like, the main thing you need to travel with is time. The main thing that needs to be in flux is time. Like I have said before, if you want to travel cheap, you gotta travel slow, I feel like. I mean, I don't know, that's just what I've done. It's easier. It's also better. I like it better. Anyways, and I was walking and nervous, and I just kept telling myself, well, I'm carrying fucking like 23 kilos on my back, 50 pounds. And I'm like, I'm a lucky girl. I'm a lucky girl. And I was a very lucky girl. Every time I hitched in Tassie, I got driven basically right to where I was staying. And the people were so kind. And like there was this man that drove me from Hobart to my friend's place, like right before the holidays as well. It was like as soon as I got to the motorway, as soon as I got to the interstate, and stuck my thumb out, he stopped. And he was this dad, he had 4 kids, and I have 3 siblings, and my dad's dead, and often when I travel, I meet like a nice older man who helps me along my way, and I feel like it's always my dad just being like, hey girl, I gotcha. Don't worry. And so he picked me up. He had 4 kids. One of his daughters was near my age, and he drove me. So like we really bonded. I feel like we talked about like people who had passed in our lives and just like real stuff. And he drove me all the way to my friend's place. He took all the back roads because then he was like, I'll show you like the small towns, like the architecture of the area. Stopped at this old jail, a museum, and waited outside while I went in and like read everything. And he was just so sweet. Like as we were leaving the jail, there was this lizard in the road, and he totally stopped and picked the lizard off the road and was like, you gotta go to the other side, buddy. And he was so sweet. And I haven't hitched since then. It seems like mainland Australia is a bit more dangerous. Although I would probably pick up a hitchhiker. Well, I'd stop at least. I've been there, buddy. See if they're creepy, though. Oh, wow. Interesting. Thinking about how this relationship, this connection has made me feel like I need to, like, show up a bit more in my emotions and shit like that. And then thinking about how I'm in my Saturn return. And that is, I've felt it as like, this is a time when like Saturn just makes it so fucking uncomfortable to be anything but yourself. It feels like, and it just feels like pressure of being like, if you are anything else but yourself, like you have to be your most authentic, honest self, or else it's just like everything is so uncomfortable. And it's funny that Saturn makes it so uncomfortable to be anything but yourself, and then I'm having like a time when it's coming up the most that I am not comfortable, like I'm not comfortable being being vulnerable, being myself in that way while I'm in, like, it's, of course it's coming up that like while I'm in my Saturn return, it's like, you know, you have to do it now. Like, I'm in this situation, in an environment where I want to be able to show up in this way, and also it's necessary that I do. I'm like, damn. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Really, what it feels like it all comes down to is just all of the ways, helping me see all of the ways that I don't believe I'm lovable. Casually. She says casually. Because if you're having trouble giving love or receiving love somewhere, you'll have trouble giving it there as well, I feel like. And one of the things I'm really struggling with is having my brain focus on proof of existence rather than proof of failure. Like, my brain keeps trying to find all of the reasons that, or my brain is focusing on like finding the ways in which I'm not good enough, the ways in which I'm failing, the ways in which I'm unwanted, when I have been getting like direct feedback of that being the opposite of the case. But I guess like something in me feels like I can't trust it, because I've never really trusted that. This feels related to the thing that I was working through last year of like realizing that I'm not inherently wrong. It was a big struggle last year. Around this time as well. It also feels related to the thing that I was talking about a few weeks ago of like not trusting a compliment, or waiting to feel like tensely waiting, Jesus. Oh man. Tensely waiting to be like found out. For someone to find the thing that disappoints them enough about you that makes them leave. Feeling like you have a secret. Okay, that's the end. I'm sorry I am a few days late on this one, or a day late wherever you are in the world. Life has been busy, 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 busy. A lot of physical reality. And, like, you know, I mean, I feel like everybody would be feeling it if you're, like, keeping up to date. This is August of 2026, and the eclipse is tomorrow, and just insanity. It's happening on the Leo Aquarius axis, and I am a Leo, and so just life is big. Life is big right now. But it's good. It's good. It feels also overall full of purpose and learning and fulfilling. It feels fulfilling. And I feel lucky to be living this life, even on the hard days. And I hope you feel the same, and I hope that your relationships, old and new, are teaching you new pieces of yourself and showing you how to love more pieces of you, and realizing that you don't have to make up for something. There's nothing wrong with you. You just are. Just let yourself be. And then you can, if you still want to do, you can do a lot easier. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're happy and laughing and learning and reflecting wherever you are. Good night.